Okay, test one, two, test one, two. Let's test some audio here.
His demonization of Athena is unconscionable.
Looks like it's bouncing there, which is good. Get past Abby here. All right. Back into the fray. Okay. So let's get that back in there. Reload our little puppy here. Mm-hmm. All right. Hopefully that helped a little bit. We're going to get started here in 2 minutes. All right. Getting ready to get started here. Go grab your coffee. Actually, it's probably too late for coffee. 8 o'clock. Yeah, you'd be up all night. Can't do coffee. Grab your ice cream. Okay. Almost ready to start here. 27 seconds. All right, it's like an Elon Musk rocket launch here, getting ready to take off. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. All right, good evening. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. It is officially 11/3/2024. We are days away from voting and changing this country. So hopefully you get your Christmas shopping in there. Hopefully you get your vote in there. And I tell you, by this time next month, it could be a totally different scenario. If you've been following anything in regards to President Biden, he has continued to step in it. And once again, yes, once again, he has officially stepped in it. So here he is, our beloved President Biden, our fearful leader. Get past our CNN anchor here. So let's check out what Joe says. Oh, Joe.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
So, not only did he almost say he's from Puerto Rico, which he's not, but then he mentioned the supporters, every single supporter. So if you are officially a President Trump supporter, congratulations, you are officially garbage. I think, we have been labeled so many different types of names. If you want to do a t-shirt business, just put it, I'm garbage, I'm trash, I'm a deplorable. You'll probably make mega bucks. They put a flag on there and it would be fantastic. So, not to be outdone, CNN with the breaking news, they're always reliable. You can never doubt CNN will be 100% truthful in everything they say. And in this one, I think they got it.
Interrupt you for a moment. Stand by for a moment. Trump is answering some questions from reporters.
Joe Biden, to make that statement, it's really a disgrace.
That's true. It is a disgrace, and if you were out walking around for Halloween, you probably saw a bunch of fun out there. All these people that were just checking out stuff, that were cruising around. And we went to a trick or treat, and there were people that were dressed in trash bags, and of course I got it, and several people got it, and then my wife's like, she was talking to one person. She's like, why is she's asking me, why is he in a trash bag? So I had to explain it to her. But that's okay. So she gets it now. I let her watch the video. She's all good. And then Jackie here. Jackie's got some news for us. So let's hear what Jackie's got to say.
Tonight, Fox News has learned multiple campaign calls that were publicly advised on the president's schedule for yesterday afternoon were canceled as he faces continuing fallout over his garbage comment on a Zoom earlier this week. None of the calls that had been scheduled were officially sanctioned by or affiliated with the Harris campaign, and Biden has no official campaign events on his schedule ahead of the election, Brad. Tonight, Fox News
Brad, that is the only way we can keep him from mucking it up is, just make sure we cancel all of his events, make sure he's, Trump. Yeah, he's an expert for sure. But, cancel all his events, make sure we keep the big guy, keep him down in the basement. So that way there's no issues. If we let him out, there will be no telling what he does. So, I don't know if you guys saw this one. This one was funny. So the parents get definitely a 10 out of 10. This probably took some time. I mean, between trash comment and construction of the vehicle here, this was awesome. So they must have. This is American ingenuity at its best right here. So check this out.
When he called us all garbage, how stupid! What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Of course, I thought irredeemable when
it's on a wagon. They need to motorize it.
Irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was
totally
actually
motorize
right,
it.
but deplorable seem to catch up, but this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. Have a wonderful suit on. when he
Right. And so this, these parents, they're awesome. I don't know who they are, but I got to meet these people. So this was cool. So what they need to do is take this little thing and put this in this kid's room until he goes to college. I mean, from that point on, that would be totally perfect. It's just the construction time. So the other day, President Trump was sitting down with Tucker Carlson, and he was talking about stuff. He was talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, this was a long interview that went on, but this is only 50 seconds. We won't even listen to that much. But he was talking about Liz Cheney and the whole idea of, what she supports and how she's a war hawk. And there was a comment that was made, and people got freaky. People started to get upset, and they're just like, what's going on? What's going on? Why did he say that? So here is his comment. I'll play it for you. If you haven't seen it, I'll play it for you. And you tell me, what it was that was said.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. When the guns are trained on her face. They're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person. And I used to I'd have meetings with a lot of people, and she always wanted to go to war with people. So whether it's her, whether it's Dick, I was surprised a little bit with Dick Cheney. I didn't know him at all. I only had essentially the 1 or 2 phone calls, and it was only a call saying, thank you very much for doing that for Scooter Libby. That was nice. And Scooter Libby, by the way, was...
So what President Trump is talking about is the whole idea of, Liz Cheney. If she was in a war zone and she had guns trained on her, then, she wouldn't be so willing to send people off to war. It wouldn't be such an easy decision if it was you in front of the guns. So CNN, yes, you guessed it, in their typical wonderful, amazing fashion, CNN reported on this, and so check this out. This guy, right here. Listen to his comment. He's got an interesting perspective for sure.
I don't think you even need to call it fired upon. He's saying quite explicitly and unambiguously that Liz Cheney should be shot.
Okay, wait a minute. Liz Cheney should be shot. So you heard obviously what President Trump said. So, this guy's saying totally takes it way, way overboard.
Executed by firing squad.
Oh, and executed by firing squad.
From Election Day. And former President Donald Trump is escalating his violent rhetoric. Suggesting one of his most prominent critics, the former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, should be fired upon.
Reaction to what Donald Trump said about Liz Cheney.
Yeah, well, look, it was completely inappropriate, dangerous, and unbecoming of a leader. Mr. Trump was literally going after someone who doesn't agree with him. So it shouldn't be a surprise when people come on TV and feel the need to agree with him.
As 9 barrels, when he says 9 barrels shooting at her, that obviously evokes images of a firing squad. It evokes images of an execution.
Let's execute a political opponent who happens to be a woman.
So that's totally what he said, right? Of course, you sit there and you listen to all this stuff. And normally this would just be funny, but you've got people that are actually listening to this, or they're going on other news networks and they're talking about this stuff and they're like, oh yeah, this is what he said. And for the average person that doesn't check a lot of news, that doesn't look into a lot of this stuff, they hear that and they're like, oh my gosh, they go to work the next day. It's like, did you hear that President Trump is going to put somebody in front of a firing squad? Oh my goodness. If it's not one thing, it's another. And this was a sad story. I had to share this one with you. Now, you may have heard about the squirrel that has gone viral. It's Peanut the squirrel. Yeah, I know, Peanut the squirrel. Let me play this and then we'll talk about it.
We just learned that they have euthanized Peanut.
And the raccoon as well.
I am so sorry. This must be really difficult for you.
It not only tears my family apart, but Peanut was the cornerstone of our nonprofit animal rescue. And 10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal after they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel and a raccoon.
They got a search warrant?
They got a search warrant. 4 departments and a judge signed off on a search warrant for a squirrel and a raccoon. And then they took them and killed them.
Why did they go through all that to get a search warrant for an animal that had been with you very safely, and the world witnessed this, for 7 years?
Right.
Why now suddenly did they show up with a search warrant and take these animals?
We haven't a clue. We don't know who made the complaints. Again, Peanut was an indoor squirrel, not harming anybody. He's been with us for 7 years. Not a single complaint was ever filed for this animal. We had him for 7.5 years. He became the world's most...
That's crazy. So Peanut, the squirrel here in this one, I won't play this, but I'll show it to you because it's got funny music, but you can see that there's Peanut the squirrel. So they rescued this squirrel, and apparently my wife wanted me to make sure that I let everybody know there was also a raccoon. So it wasn't just, I'm sorry, it's not funny because, they took the squirrel, but there was also a raccoon. So here's the thing that, gets me about this story. So you've got the DEC. So it's the Department of Environmental something. It's, let's look it up. Let's just do it. Let's do it. So the DEC, New York. It is, okay, so the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. So these guys, a bunch of awesome, amazing peeps they are, they decided that what they wanted to do is they wanted to grab Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon. So they grabbed these guys, which at least the squirrel... I know the squirrel apparently had been with this family for like 7 years. Not a menace to society, but you're not supposed to have wild animals in your house. And so they got to the point where they're like, we've had enough of these, criminals. And so they get the warrants. They come in not guns blazing, but they come in, a bunch of people and police officers, and you sit there, and his wife, who they have decided, we're going to check her immigration status, as if, New York's now their top priority is now immigration, with all the buses that are coming in from across the border and the people that are living on the streets from different countries. But we're going to go ahead and check this lady's immigration status because, that's of course is a huge concern for us. We want to make sure that happens. So President Trump issued out a statement. So it's quite a long statement. I'll jump down to the kind of the middle part here. It says, these animals were executed by the state of New York. New York authorities, under their terrible governor, put more effort into finding and eliminating a squirrel who was innocent by all accounts, than to control their unchecked illegal immigrants who have flooded into their state. If Peanut could have told them that he was from Mexico, this is perfect, they would have sent him on his way and given him a hotel room and a $500 gift card. Yeah. So instead, he was taken from his family. So, I don't think it would have just been the hotel room and the $500 gift card. It probably would have been a hotel room, $500 gift card, probably a cell phone, and maybe a driver's license and a voter ID and whatever else they could give that squirrel if he asked for it. Even if he just went across and came back, he probably would have been he could apply for citizenship, because they don't check that stuff anymore. So, and then as if that was like a one and done, because you can go on TikTok and you can type in peanut and it'll pop up. Maybe don't type in peanut, because I don't want to be held responsible for anything that might come up under the word peanut. but type Peanut the squirrel, and then you should see that poor little squirrel. It might make you cry. I don't know. Who knows? But as if that was not a one and done. So there's another story that came out today. So apparently the DEC is ramping up their pet enforcement division as they have decided that one squirrel and raccoon menace to society. We've dealt with them. Now we're going to put ourselves in a position where, we're taking out the whole lot. If we get any reports, I could just imagine the TV commercial in between. People are watching stuff, and it's like, if you know anybody in your immediate vicinity that has any kind of wildlife, please let us know. So here's another one.
These people are here to take our squirrel.
These people are here to take our squirrel, and they're laughing. They're like, yeah, we're pretty much going to take your squirrel.
Oh, I'm not going to stop because there's no good reason for it. They're just taking the squirrel because some dumbass online turned us into wildlife.
So yeah, somebody else, government overreach. They have decided that squirrels are now the top predator, and they need to remove them. So, I've got a nice little meme here from Elon Musk. Elon never short on throwing out a meme here and there. So, the people who want to take your guns have invaded a home to murder a squirrel and a raccoon, using guns to come into the house, which, how are you going to beat that? I think that's the irony, right there. And, just because that last one was so stressful, and I know that, for those of you who have decided that you probably need counseling after the squirrel story, I'm going to play just a little funny here for you, just to lighten the mood. And, this is, if you have kids, this would be a great thing you can do, especially the young kids, because, they just don't get this stuff. This is so easy, and yet, so funny. Here it goes. Got to hold hands, though. Yeah, that is the best ever, right, Mom and Dad? The best ever. That's perfect. So, if you got kids, play that. So Kamala, not to be outdone, she's still getting out there. She's still talking to people. She's trying to stir up those last minute votes, trying to make a difference, make America not great again, because that's not what she wants. Jeff, what's the thing she wants? Is it change? What is it? What is it? She wants change. I think she wants change. I guess she might have to ask Obama what she wants. But she had a rally the other day. So Benny Johnson went in, and Benny Johnson, famous YouTuber. He's got tons of followers. So he goes in because he wants to check out this rally and see how things are going. So he goes in, checks out the rally, and let's check it out. So he says, in Benny's words, Hillary Clinton is about to take the stage at this Kamala event, and the tiny event room is half empty. There's maybe like 200 people there. So 200 people. So let's prove it. Benny, if you're a man of your word, if you're better than CNN, we want to make sure that you're telling us the truth now. So let's see. Do we count those people up there? Do we count the press? What about the people in the hall? Let's go back in the video. There's people in the hall back there. They haven't entered. So I'm thinking, maybe 205. If we count the people in the hall, maybe 210. I don't know, Benny. You're reporting a suspect. She could have had a lot more at that event. But it's just funny, because this is a Kamala Harris rally. And for a Kamala Harris rally, she's got this amount of people. So you're like, okay, that's great. If anybody saw this event, so let's check.
All right, so here's a view from the concession deck here. You can see
so there's more people in the concession area than there was at probably the whole other event for Kamala there. So yeah,
a lot
so you got
of
that.
People in line getting some food.
Yeah, we got to get your dogs for your food.
Does fill up. Now remember, there is a second layer of screening here today, so it might be going a little bit slower than normal.
Second layer screening, so not everybody's in the building yet.
Packed. Kind of a small floor today. The stage is certainly taking about I'd say,
it's a small floor. That stage is taking up tons of room, so we just want to make sure we've got enough space. So yeah, if you compare apples to apples, I don't know. I'm not fully convinced. If Kamala pulls this one off, I'm going to be wondering where those votes came from. Obviously, it wasn't from the people that were going to the rallies. And then I found this one here. I thought, oh, wait, it's a tiny line. So this one is in New Hampshire. A couple hours ago, they posted this. And this is a line that was forming for J.D. Vance. Now, J.D. Vance, President Trump's vice president pick. And in New Hampshire, how many people there? It's dark, it's cold. I'm thinking, oh, it's a little line. Maybe this will show something that's, kind of, I don't know, maybe it's comparable to what we saw with Kamala's potential rally. So, it's only J.D. Vance, right? So let's see what we got here.
It's 5:20, and this is the crowd at the J.D. Vance event in Derry, New Hampshire.
So as of right there, you're thinking, okay, no harm, no foul. Kamala's got 200 plus people. So until this poor guy starts moving around with the camera. Okay, a few more. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna skip through this because we don't want to just watch a line. So let's just buzz through here. Okay, yeah, there's people. Yeah, everybody. Okay, wow. All right, yeah, that's extending way back there. All right. Okay, yeah, there it goes, all the way to the other end of the parking lot. And wow. Dang. Yeah. Okay. And shot of the sky. And okay. Wow. Yeah. So you get the idea. So Kamala Harris, I don't know, whoever is doing your promoting for your rallies, we're going to have a serious talk. I think maybe send the person who plans the rallies down and talk to Joe, and whatever Joe says, just do the opposite. So maybe that'll work. So I've posted over the past couple of days in some of the videos this, you would think that they would have all this voter stuff. We are not a third world nation, but here comes the voting mishmash that's going on. And I don't know how everybody's confidence is in everything, but it is, to me, I am not feeling it. But hopefully they fix things. Hopefully they get stuff going on. There's a lot of court cases that are still to be dealt with in regards to citizenship. So here's an article that I saw a little bit ago. In Arizona, some voters are showing up to the polls and are being told they can't vote because their registration has been suspended. So this is most likely caused by a glitch. Oh yeah, so you gotta love the glitches. So the glitches, make it so you can't vote. And then it says that the glitch that allowed 218,000 individuals to be on the voter rolls without proving citizenship, and that's the key right there, without proving citizenship. So, county records need the list of the 218,000 affected voters. That's a lot of voters in Arizona. So if you think, okay, 218,000, I don't know what the last election was. Does anybody remember Arizona's election results 2020? Let's see how close it was. Just curious. Let's look at this one. See if it'll pop up. Okay, there it is. All right, so 1,672,000, 1,661,000. So yeah, so if we've got a glitch of 200,000, let's just say it's 10% of that. If we have a glitch of 20,000 or 20,000 people that are coming in and they're voting and they don't have citizenship and they're voting, what does that do to the state of Arizona? What does that do to any state? All these states that were very close. There was quite a bit of them that were super duper close. So how does that work? Yeah, I'm not enjoying what that potentially could be. All right. So, what are you going to do? Hopefully they get it figured out. We'll see what happens. And Kamala Harris, she's running ads. She's trying to pick up some more voters. And it's interesting how the Democrats will advertise one way for one group of people and advertise another way for another group of people, trying to figure out, okay, if these people will listen to it this way, and then these people don't get along with these, so we're going to have switch it around. So let's see what she ends up running an ad. So this is interesting. So check this out and we'll talk about it.
Tonight, mixed message.
Oh, and I have to give CNN kudos on this one because they actually uncovered something and got it right. And, there's a lovely shot by Aaron there. I think okay. Yeah, I don't want to redo that. Okay, so here we go.
A K-file investigation this hour finds Kamala Harris is targeting crucial battleground voters with vastly different messages on Gaza and Israel. This ad is running in Michigan, which has the largest Arab population in America.
What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, it's a very different story.
So there's that message. I won't allow to be silent. We're gonna just watch out for the whole Gaza thing. And Jeff says, amazing that so many issues are happening nationwide in 2024 with all the technology that wasn't around back in the day. True. Yeah, you would think, it's at the very least, if somebody walks in and you're like, here's my ID that's been checked and verified, and now please give me a paper ballot. I mean, if that's where we have to start to be safe, let's do that. Because it doesn't really matter whether you're Democrat or Republican or conservative, or you're going to start the new monkey party. Whatever you're going to do, you still want fair and free elections. If we don't have a fair system, then we don't have a system. And if that's the case, then everything's broken. So let's look at so you remember that first ad. So now check out the other ad.
For an ad in Pennsylvania targeting Jewish voters.
Jewish voters now.
Let me be clear. I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself, because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7.
Different message. Andrew Kaczynski is out front now. So, Andrew, those...
Yeah, so obviously different message. So, but the Democrats can get away with that. I'm shocked that CNN would actually say that it was a different message, because CNN is typically the ones that put out the messages, and, they'll play it one way towards one group of people and one way to another group of people. So, amazing that it was actually something that they came out with. So, interesting, very interesting. So, after that, I know you're frustrated with the system. You're like, I just can't take this anymore. So I'm gonna show you funny, because I don't want you to be too depressed tonight. So show you Sunday Night Funny. Here we go. So just check out this kid. So he's gonna be walking. He's gonna be walking over this these clear tiles. Watch when he gets to the third one. This is awesome. He's all, what the heck was that? So he gets out of that second one there, and I think his soul leaped from his body at that point. Yep, that's what it says. Soul leaped from his body for a second. So yeah, he's like, I'm gonna fall. Help me, mama. Yep. So yep, I found this one the other day. So this story is frustrating. So the whole idea, police are supposed to be protecting people, and unfortunately they get called on things that are ridiculous. So first of all, check out this police officer's face when I play the video. So check out his face. He's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here. So this is a woman. She calls the police on a man near a polling place with a sign that reads, okay, and so you can probably, if you want to pause the video after I make it a little bigger so you can read it if you want to read it. But basically the idea of let's see if it'll show it on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it says that, don't go away. Oh, every time I do that, it blips away. That's all right. I'll go down. You know, that's why I save everything, just in case. All right. So, okay, there. All right. So there it is. So it says if you are not a citizen of the United States of America, it is illegal for you to vote. So, and then it goes on and talks about other stuff. So, you know, it is a deportable offense. Now, at this point, I wonder, are there really any deportable offenses? If so, let me know, because I would hope so, but it seems like anything goes. So this is blue state of Illinois. You know, there are people that are like, you know what, I'm going to stand out there. I'm going to try to stop the whole illegal voting thing. And then, and this is what happens. Check this out.
Because an allegation is made, we have to make a report on it. So if you guys have ID on you?
I'm not going to have a police report filed on me we're not beyond the electioneering line. We didn't do anything wrong because a lady was triggered by a sign. We have to have a police report filed on us? That sounds kind of extreme.
It's a voter thing.
Right.
It's a voter thing.
So
it's a voter thing.
That was broken.
Harassment, voting.
There's no harassment.
I know, but we'll have to do a report for the state.
Imagine every Democrat vote.
So he's like, I know a law wasn't broken, but you're going to have to go to court. You're going to have to go to court. And this guy who's holding the sign, or was holding the sign, now he's probably in handcuffs. It's him in the jail cell right next to the squirrel. So it's him and the squirrel. If the squirrel's still alive, you know, there has been a little bit of a conspiracy theory that has popped up that said that the squirrel may still be alive. Okay, just letting you know. So if that's possible, I'm thinking maybe squirrel should run for president. But let's see. So let's listen to what the guy says after this.
That pulls up here and gets triggered by us handing out Republican stuff. There's going to be 17 police reports on us today. We're not even talking to these people. I really would rather not have my name put on a police report for. I mean, we're law-abiding citizens here.
Right.
We're not doing absolutely anything wrong at all. For people.
Let me talk to my sergeant real quick.
Okay.
Let me talk to my sergeant. So he's going to talk to a sergeant. He's going to make sure. But aren't we allowed to? I mean, protesting. I remember there was some protesting going on, 2020 when the lockdowns were happening and they were protesting. And then you've got, CNN that's hanging out and they're saying look behind us. It's just, there's flames going and everything. And they're just like, it's fairly peaceful. So yeah. So he goes and checks with this. He goes and checks with Sarge. Let's see what Sarge says. See if Sarge maybe waves it off. Says, you know what? It's okay. Darn it. You can stand out here.
It's just, it seems that the other side is very triggered by this side.
Look at that guy. He's like,
Call and complain to the election judge upstairs. So you guys are good. There's no report. Nothing's going to happen.
All right. Appreciate it.
Whoever saw this obviously misinterpreted whatever was there.
Right.
So security, I talked to them. They said where you guys are, you're perfect.
Yep, not doing anything wrong.
No,
Thank you guys. I'm sorry that you had to waste your time.
Yay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I appreciate the follow-up.
You got a call and you have to investigate it.
So good job. That actually turned out well. So you sit there and you think about it. It's like, okay, if you're going to be able to go and stand out front of a polling place, and if you say you're not a citizen, you shouldn't be able to vote. And obviously that worked out well. But we'll see what happens. So Jeff saying, amazing that so many issues are happening nationwide in 2024 with all the technology. Yep, already read that one. And yes, amen to that, Jeff. Thank you. All right, and let's see what else we got floating here. So that was good. And then this right here is, I try to throw in some stuff if I can find some good, positive, encouraging either spiritual stuff, or I posted something about revival the other day that was awesome. I think it was in Texas. But this is Oral Roberts University. So, you look at a lot of schools and you look at their commencement and stuff, and they can be a little edgy, but check out Oral Roberts University. They are praising Jesus and happy for it. that's way cool. Way cool. So you sit there and you think, these people probably won't be the ones, if the election doesn't go their way, they probably won't be the ones that are out burning and looting and taking things, like we saw the other day with the Dodger game. So yeah, did you guys see that? The Dodgers won the World Series, and then all of a sudden it was just looting. It was crazy. Let's see if I can pull up. I'm always afraid to do a search when I'm live, because you never know what's gonna pop up. So I'll go slow. Yeah, looting. It was in Los Angeles. Oh yeah, there's a picture after the Dodgers celebration. So yeah, hostile crowd. Let's see. There's going crazy, doing wheelies, and also burning some city buses. So you win the World Series, and you perceive. Oh, here it is. This one's great. I love this. Okay, so check this out. So you win the World Series. You're in LA. What do? You don't go grab a burger at Five Guys or In-N-Out Burger. Nope. What you do is you grab your friends together, you form up a nice little posse of people, and you head downtown, and you're like, what do I need right now? What do I need? I need shoes. So check this. So they're in I think this is a shoe store. At least it looks like shoes because it's little boxes, but check this out. Sorry, it's grainy. If I blow it up too big, it's kind of grainy. It's a terrible sound. Here, sorry about that. I'll mute that. I'm not sure if that was a helicopter flying over, and they're just like, we're gonna take pictures of these people. So yeah, so this is them, coming out of this building, taking everything they want. Yeah, right. So I was looking at the other day. So they were showing. Yeah, here's some other ones. Los Angeles, beautiful LA, City of Angels. It's gonna blow up. I'm muted down a little bit. Sometimes they get a little cursy on these things. So yeah, and there's a cop standing there. Kapoof. Yeah. So people work hard, try to have a nice city, and then so this is the way it goes. So these are people who are happy. Because their team won, so they're happy and they're out burning and destroying things, which I guess is the typical response nowadays. If you're happy, you go loot, and you maybe burn some stuff. Maybe we'll call it scorch. We'll call it scorch. You go, you loot, you scorch. If you're not happy, if you're very upset, then you go, you loot, you scorch, and you burn and destroy. So yeah. And you sit there and you wonder too, it's like, okay, if this is the response to somebody, is this their neighborhood? Probably not. It's downtown. It's like around where the stadium is. But we were watching stuff during 2020 where the whole idea was they were going into neighborhoods, or they were going from a house because everybody's on lockdown. They'd walk into their city, and then they would start destroying things, which you think, okay, obviously, you're mad about something, so you're going to go destroy your own community. And then where are you going to work? Where are you going to buy your stuff? So I don't know. That's today's amazing generation. There you go. In a nutshell. Not all of them, of course. I have a 20-something-year-old daughter, and she's definitely like that. Not like that. So I will end tonight's live broadcast with a funny moment. My wife sent this to me, so she spotted this. It's funny because anything that President Trump says typically can either turn into a meme or will turn into a song, because when he did during the debate, when he did their eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, and then that turned into a song too. So I'm sure you probably already saw that one, but I will play this one because President Trump, of course, talking about garbage. So let's.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump doesn't have to spend anywhere near as much as Democrats when he's got folks on social media taking his words and setting them to music like this. This is the latest viral sensation.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with 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 Beyonce.
Which is funny. The Dems were doing their dance party with Beyonce. They were dancing. They were throwing a big concert. I saw the thing with Beyonce where, she was going in, and they had apparently promoted the event as a free concert. So people were going to go, and they were expecting, to go in there and to hear a concert. And then all of a sudden she gives Kamala a hug, says a couple words, and then bails out. And then they're like, what? No free concert? And then they all started leaving, which, yeah, you get that. So what are you going to do? So, yep. So that's it. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome rest of the Sunday here. We're running at 8:24 Pacific time, and not sure what everybody's checking in, but hopefully you have an awesome week. I try to do these. I'm going to try to do live streams more often because they're fun to do. And if you could help me out with a follow and a like, that'd be awesome and appreciated. I appreciate you staying with me tonight. I try to do just news type videos, some funny stuff, some spiritual stuff, some political stuff, kind of jump around. If you like what you see, I appreciate it. Appreciate you staying, and hope you have a blessed week. Stay safe this week. We are looking at a huge election here, so I'm voting for Donald Trump. Hopefully he makes it all the way through all the hurdles, and just praying for his safety and all the things, but praying for our country's safety too. As you head out this week, keep your head on a swivel. You never know what kind of shenanigans, what kind of garbage, what kind of things people are going to do to intimidate or to cause problems. I'm praying nothing happens. I'm praying that, everybody goes, they vote, and we're able to get, some peace, and it's relatively easy. And then all of a sudden everybody gets counted, all the votes get counted, and we get this nice, smooth transition of power. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. But so we'll see what happens. Hopefully that's the case, but stay safe. Make sure if you go into an area that you've got an exit plan. If there's mishmash that's happening around you, make sure you take some food, some water bottles with you in your car, just in case there's traffic and you get stuck. If there's some sort of problem, that you're not stuck in a car for 4 hours and you have nothing to eat or drink. So just stay safe out there, and vote your conscience. Hopefully if you're a Kamala Harris supporter, then it's a free country. Everybody's got to do what they want to do, and it's one of those things. I've, based on my convictions and what I've seen, I'm voting the other way. So hopefully we get some good results, and we'll go from there. So everybody have a great evening. God bless you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next day or two.